Clinton Anderson, and I have a method for training horses. Getting horses to behave is simple. It's training people that's the real trick. Join me as I tackle some of the most challenging situations with problem horses and with problem owners.
G'day mate, I'm Clinton Anderson from Downunder Horsemanship, and on today's show we're going to be giving away our famous mare Cider. Cider has been the star of Downunder Horsemanship shows for the last 13 weeks. She's our rescue horse that we got from Habitat for Horses, and today's a very special day because today we're going to be giving away Cider. We're going to be introducing her to her new owner and making sure that they both get on the right track so they have a great journey for the rest of their lives together. You know, Cider is a typical example of a horse that nobody wanted, but if you take him home, you give him some care, you give him some love, and you feed him up, and you follow the Downunder Horsemanship method, you can really make a tremendous difference in any horse's life. Cider has turned out to be a really, really good horse. She's very smart, she's very calm, she's going to be a great trail horse and a great arena riding horse as well. So I couldn't be prouder of all the improvements that Cider's made. We've really tried to show you in the last 13 weeks, from the very start to the very end, okay, and showing you the Downunder Horsemanship methods and techniques. If you follow the method, you will get great results, mate. So listen, let's go meet the owner.
I first became aware of the opportunity to register for Cider on Clinton Anderson's website. I actually was speechless when they first told me. I thought it was unreal that someone was playing a joke on me. I'm still pinching myself. I mean, I'm just trying to imagine this is real. I still can't believe it.
You must be the lucky winner. What's your name?
Yes, sir.
Amy, congratulations. Let me give you a big hug. Congratulations, mate. Do you know that you are the envy of over 100,000 people? 100,000 people signed up for this horse and you are the lucky owner. I tell you what, people are going to be thinking bad thoughts about you because they wanted to win this horse.
I have not. I have many blessings in my life. And this
I know, that's for sure. Well, listen, congratulations on winning the mare, all the tack, everything. The whole package is over $30,000 and I couldn't be prouder to give it to you, that's for sure. Cider has turned out to be a wonderful horse. And you know what, a lot of the horses at a lot of the rescues are wonderful horses, and if somebody just takes them home, spends some time with them, and applies the Downunder Horsemanship method, they can get extraordinary results. So even though she's a great horse, there's a lot of others just like her. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Amy. Where do you live? Where'd you come from? What kind of horse experience do you have? I want to know all about you, and I'm sure everybody else does too.
I currently live in Portland, Tennessee.
Yes.
I'm a school teacher for Sumner County Schools. I'm a music specialist.
Okay, very good.
Elementary music.
I'm sure all your kids are going to be watching this show.
They are. And the 4-H kids in Sumner County as well, and Mr. Steve McNeil back there.
Very good.
I got back into horses 10 years ago.
Right.
I originally rode in Hopewell, Pennsylvania when I was a child on my uncle's farm.
Yep.
My cousin Paulette and Elaine had horses that were kid broke.
Yeah.
And of course they were in their 20s when I rode, so when I got on them, I thought all horses were that way.
Yeah, well when you're kids, you're fearless too, aren't you?
Yes.
So how long did you get out of horses for?
For almost 20 years.
20 years. You know what? That's very common, Amy. A lot of our viewers watching this show had horses as kids, got out of them for 20, 30 years sometime. Their kids are out of school, out of college now, their husband's golfing, they want to get back into horses and they get a horse again. So your story is very, very typical. Yes. So about 10 years ago, you got back into horses again.
When I got in my early 30s, I had my own career and was able to get property and decided that I wanted to get horses. My family thought I was crazy. They thought I went off the deep end and Amy was going through some midlife crisis.
But you know what, is that, well, first of all, you have to be a little crazy to have horses because it is so much fun. But you know what, you either love horses or you don't. You know, and if you don't, I don't think you can appreciate it is. You've either got the horse bug or you don't have the horse bug. And people that don't have the horse bug, I don't think they truly understand what it's like to have it, because when you love horses, that's all you think about, you dream about, you want to be around them, and it's a drug. It's an addictive drug that you want to be around them, that's for sure.
Yes.
So tell me, what kind of horses do you have then, Amy?
I have 2 quarter horses that were rescue horses.
Oh, okay. So this is not your first time
No,
having a
sir.
rescue horse.
Those horses were given to my care 8 years ago.
Great.
And to be honest with you, if it was not for your methods,
Yes.
either I would be killed or they would have been killed by
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And I can tell you and all the viewers that your method works with any horse. And those horses, if you would see them now, and people that have seen them, the people that saw them when they were rescues and people that come and see them now, they are totally different animals. And they say to me, well, how did you get them that? And I look at them and I say, Downunder Horsemanship.
Well, you know what?
Anderson.
You know, I call Downunder Horsemanship what I call idiot-proof horsemanship. Not because you're an idiot, but because I felt like an idiot trying to figure it all out. I am not the sharpest pencil in the box, so I had to keep this extremely simple for me to understand. But Downunder Horsemanship is really non-denominational horsemanship. It doesn't matter whether you've got an Arab, a thoroughbred, a quarter horse, a rescue horse, a miniature pony. I treat them all the same. A broke horse is a broke horse.
And I have a Tennessee walking horse that's now 30 years old.
Okay, great.
He was given to my care 2 years ago. I came up to you at a tour. I knew nothing about walking horses. You looked me in the face and you said, Amy, start the program. And I did. This horse is 30. Well, he looks like a quarter horse now because I put some weight on him. But he looks like a quarter horse now. But he is as soft and supple. I got rid of all that stuff out of his mouth. He has natural hoof care now. That horse is happy as can be. And he's almost 30 years old. And people look at him and they're like, that horse is 30? Yes, he's 30 years old. And then I have 2 miniatures. And
I see you got a No Worries Club t-shirt. How long have you been a No Worries Club member?
I have been in the No Worries Club since 2007, spring of 2007.
Oh, quite a while now.
And it is the best investment that any horse owner could ever have. And every month I get something from you, and it's like Christmas every month. It is.
Well, now you got the biggest Christmas present, that's for sure. Well, listen, mate, thank you so much for coming. Let's go and meet your horse, okay? This is a very special moment, so don't start crying because I'll start crying.
I promise.
Okay, right on, mate. Let's get going this way and let's go meet your horse. Check out our latest catalogue from Downunder Horsemanship. It's filled with beautiful imagery and in-depth information on all the products used in this show. Visit our website or call this number and we'll send it to your door free of charge. Yeah, she loves that. Good girl.
She's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, she's a beautiful horse. She really seems like she wants to be with people, and especially people that treat her well. It's just hard to believe where she was and how far she's come. I've gone online several times and log in and keep watching the episodes over and over. This was a horse that I definitely, you know, could love and be part of my family.
Okay, Amy, come in here, mate. Oh, you're all excited. Let me introduce you to your brand new horse. Just let us smell you a little bit. Just walk up and put your hand out there. Just let us smell you a little bit. Now retreat, take your hand away. Okay, now approach her again. Put your hand up there again. There we go. Just do a little bit of approach and retreat when you first meet a horse will go a long way. Now, let me give you the lead rope now. Okay, now I just start rubbing on her face on a little bit. Just kind of just let the lead rope drop on the ground. You don't need to gather it up, okay? Just let it drop on the ground and just rub on her face there a little bit. Just get to know her a little bit. The more you can rub on your horses, especially when you first meet them, the better. Very good. Well, It's a little bit of a cold day here in Texas, which is a bit good because we're going to have to do a little bit of a better job of preparing her. Remember, when it's a cold, rainy, windy day, horses are frisky, aren't they? They feel their oats, they want to run a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do with her, before you start moving her feet around, is I want you just to prove to her that you're not trying to hurt her. So we're going to start out with some desensitization. Let me just show you first of all. Just hop behind me there a little bit, Amy, okay? Just hop behind me a little bit further. So we're just going to start out with you just throwing the lead rope at her. I want you to prove to her that you're not going to hurt her, just like I've proved to her that I'm not going to hurt her. Does that make sense? Okay, so come over here, mate. Put that in your right hand. Put your left hand, shorten it up a little bit more. Okay, so start by throwing it over her withers and back, then draw it back. Now stand in here at like a 45-degree angle to her shoulder. Okay, I'll shorten this up just a little bit.
Okay.
You always want to be able to touch their shoulder as a distance, okay? That way, not that she would, keep throwing it at her, but if she would go to kick or do something silly, you're not going to get hurt. You're too far in front to get kicked, and you're too far to the side to get struck. Does that make sense? Withers and back, hindquarters, back legs. Lengthen your lead rope a little bit there. Do a back legs. Now, let me give you a little tip here, okay? Because when you first learn, you kind of struggle with technique. Is get the rope out behind you, and then it's easy to flick it over. Slide your hand down, flick it out behind you, and then flick it over like that. Slide your hand down. So the further you get it out behind you, the easier it is to flick it over. You come and have a go.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Now you flick it over there, flick it over her back. Excellent. Now slide, flick it out behind you. Oh, yeah, that's it. You'll get the hang of it. Just be aware that when you flick it out behind you, you don't pull on this part of the lead rope and jerk on her head. Does that make sense? See how it's easy to do that if you're not careful.
Okay.
Throw it over. If she moves, throw it over her. Throw it over her. If she moves like that, she's either a little bit confused about what you want her to do, so you just keep following her. There you go. Excellent, mate. Okay, let's go ahead and do it on the other side. Rub her on the face there. Good girl. Rub her over her eyes there. She loves to be rubbed over her eyes. Nice and soft, slow and soft. Horses love to be rubbed over their eyes, especially her. There we go. Excellent. Good job. Now go on the other side now, mate. Okay, so start out, be at a 45-degree angle to her shoulder again, Amy. Good girl. Okay, follow her back if she moves. Now throw it over her withers and back. Okay, good girl. So a lot of people think the first thing you want to do is start moving her around and getting her to move. No, the first thing we're going to do is you got to prove to her that you're not trying to hurt her and your tools aren't trying to hurt her. Excellent. Good girl. That's it. Excellent. Righto, mate, let's get our stick and string out and make sure she's not frightened of that, okay? This just establishes her that you're not trying to get it. We'll just bring her over here just a little bit more. So our first one, and she's had a lot of this, but she needs it with you, okay? Is just flogging her with kindness. Instead of flogging her with anger, we're just gonna flog her with kindness, okay? Just making sure that we can move this all around. Remember, withers and back, hindquarters, neck, back legs. The secret to getting it to wrap around, Amy, is bring your stick forward and stop moving the stick and let it just wrap around their legs. Back legs, and then front legs. Okay, you come and have a go, mate. Okay. Same idea at 45-degree angle. Now, if you have any questions, you don't be frightened to ask me any questions. If you have any questions, okay? You'll be pretty quiet, I don't know why, but...
I know.
Okay, but if you have any questions, that's it. But don't lift it off it. See how you're lifting? You're doing what most people do. You're lifting it off her like you don't want her to get dirty. Drag it to the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm not. Remember, flog her with kindness and then drag it to the ground. You want that string to move or touch her. You don't want to not touch her. See, a lot of people, oh, I hope that string doesn't touch them. You want it to touch them. Does that make sense?
Yes, I feel the difference.
Okay.
Yes, I can feel it.
That's it. Okay, now do her back legs.
Oh,
That's it. All you have to do is keep your arms straight, like this. Keep your arms straight, watch. And then just stop moving your arm and see how the momentum wraps it around? Mm-hmm. Good.
yes, I do.
Now back up towards me a few steps and then do the front legs. Now lengthen your lead rope, just lengthen it, that's it. Do a front legs now. That's it. Flog her with kindness there. Very good. Okay, mate, let's do it on the other side. Step on the other side of her. Whatever you do on one side, we do on the other. Okay, now get in position, 45-degree angle from her shoulder. Can you touch her shoulder? Good girl. Now, withers and back. That's the girl. Excellent. Drag it to the ground. You're lifting it off her again. Drag it all the way to the ground. I love how Cider's got a leg cock there. She's nice and relaxed. Remember, there's 5 signs of a horse relaxing. Do her back legs now. Lowering the head and neck is number 1. Okay, cocking the hind leg or cocking the leg is number 2. Taking a big breath is 3. Do her back legs now, Amy. Okay, taking a big breath, sighing or licking their lips are all signs of relaxing. I love that. She's just standing there nice and relaxed. Okay, great. Righto, mate, one more thing we're going to do and then we're going to start moving her feet around. Now we're going to start spanking the ground with a little rhythm. I just want to make sure she's comfortable with making sure that you can move the stick around her. So come over here. She's had a lot of this. Remember, we did the stock whip and the chainsaw and the guns, and we've done all kinds of things. Try to get in the habit of not folding your rope in half. Just grab the actual rope, okay? Righto, so start spanking the ground. Try to rotate at the shoulder. Let me help you here a little bit. You're doing good. Try to rotate at the shoulder as best you can. There you go. Excellent. I love that. She's standing there with a leg cocked. That's great, mate. That's it. If you want to turn up the heat, turn up the heat. Oh, I love that. See how she just lowered her head? The faster you can beat the ground and the harder, the better. What's my most favorite saying?
Heart attacks are free,
aren't they?
Let them have one.
So let them have one. So we've tried our very best to kill Cider with heart attacks. We've done everything we possibly can. We've had the chainsaws and we've had the stock whips, okay, and we've had the stick and string, and we've done all kinds of crazy things to her, okay? Now do it on the other side, mate. Because we want to make sure she was bomb-proof for whoever won her, which is you. Get in closer now. Get into her shoulder, remember. Okay, spank the ground with rhythm again. Rotate at the shoulder if you can. Good girl. Spanking expert, you. Okay, let it come behind you. Excellent. Now you're talking. Good girl. Excellent. Good job, mate. Looks like $1 million. Okay, she's pretty good. She's snoring, so let's get out in front of her. That's it. Always good to retreat and rub her, isn't it? Anytime you can rub her. See, I love that about Cider. Every time you rub her, she puts her head down. She just loves being rubbed on. Good girl. Okay, now get out in front of her now, mate. Lengthen your lead rope about 10 feet. Keep going back, keep going back, keep going, keep going, keep going a little bit further. Keep going back about there. Now, can you do the figure 8 deal? Remember that one? Okay. So do the figure 8 deal. Excellent. Excellent. Don't get closer to her though.
Okay.
Okay, good girl. I love that. See her lowering her head? Reach up and rub her. Remember, that's a sign of relaxing. Rub her with the stick and the front of her face. Remember, anytime she shows you a sign of relaxing, what do you do?
Reward.
Retreat.
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 Okay.
So when she lowered her head down, she's wanting you to come up and rub her. That's perfect. That's the opposite of sticking her head in the air. Okay, now go back and do it again, mate. Very good. Good girl. Excellent. Now retreat and rub her. Very good. So we just started out with some basic desensitizing exercises, okay? We're not going to be able to go over all of the exercises on today's show with you, but I'm going to be working with you privately on all this before you take her home, okay, to make sure that you know all the exercises. Okay. But today in Texas is pretty cold. There's quite a wind around, and you know, when it's cold, horses feel their oats. They get a little friskier. They like to jump and move and kick up their heels a little bit. So are we waking you up? I'm sorry about that. But before we ride her, we want to make sure we got some of that freshness of her. So what we'll do is we'll start out with lunging for respect stage 1 and maybe stage 2. Okay, so I'll demonstrate it to begin with, okay? So again, I'd like to show you all the exercises on the TV show now, but we don't have that much time. So we're gonna point, okay? And we're gonna send her out into the circle, okay? Now things that I want you to be aware of. I love how Cider's got a bunch of slack in the rope. What does that mean when there's a bunch of slack in the rope? She's not pulling on me,
Not pulling on you, no
She's
tension.
not trying to get away from me, okay? So I love the fact that she's not trying to get away. Now I'm gonna yield to hindquarters. Slide, stab, and step towards their tail. Okay, and then draw her into us. Just like that, good girl. Now, we're gonna back her up. We're gonna wiggle the rope till she backs all the way to the end of the line. Good girl. And we'll send her off the other way. Okay? Now, she's kind of got to the point now, Amy, that she's so refined that you don't have to slide, stab, and step. Like when I want her to yield and disengage, watch. I'm just going to look at her hindquarters and she comes in. Does that make sense? So we've refined it. Come on in here, you have a go, mate. So we just want to make sure we got the fresh off her. You know what I mean? Okay, stand in front of her here.
Okay.
Hold your stick in one hand. So to begin with, let's back her up to the end of a line. Wiggle the end of your line. Do a little bit of the out back exercise. Feed it through your hand. You got to feed it through your hand. There you go. Now always get your hand over the top of the rope.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, now hold your stick like you're shaking its hand. Okay, now point up high to the left, lunge her off to the left. Point. There you go. Now follow her around, walk a small circle. Now put your arms down now. Now hold the stick correctly, Amy. Hold it how you were holding it before. Now put your left arm down beside you. Now walk a little bit bigger circle. See how you're just pivoting? There you go. You want to keep your belly button behind the drive line. Okay? Keep your belly button facing ahead, mate. Imagine there was a rope from her nose to your belly button. You want your belly button facing her nose. I love that. See how she's not pulling on you? Okay, if she gets a little lazy or gets too close, point, cluck, and spank. Speed her up a little bit. Point, cluck. There you go. Now, when you go to yield to hindquarters, I want you to lean forward and look at that button. Ask her to give you two eyes. Lean forward, yield, yield. Look at her hindquarters. Look. There you go. She's a little confused on your body language because you didn't exaggerate as much.
Yes. Okay.
That's all right. See, this is where she's got to get used to you a little bit. But you can help her. Okay. You can help her by exaggerating your body language. Watch this. When I want her to yield, okay, I'm going to lean forward. See? I'm going to really over-exaggerate that. Okay. You have a go. So next time we'll back her up and send her the other way. So get in front of her, put the stick in your left hand, rope in your right, and when I back her up, I'll hold the tail in this hand, this hand here, grab it as well, and then that way you can just back her up.
Okay, with this hand.
You can just kind of feed it through your hand. So back her up, just gently wiggle it. Now feed it through your hand, feed it through your hand. Now as she starts backing, don't keep wiggling it aggressively. Okay. Let me show you something here, okay? As she starts to back, see how I'm just kind of feeding that through my hand? And if she gets lazy, then I can go and increase that pressure.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But I don't want to wiggle it all the time aggressively if she's doing what I want. Okay. So I wiggle it. Okay, I love that. When I start to feed it out, she's already backing up. Okay. Okay, hand over the top. Always get your hand, your little finger, to where it's closest to the halter. And always hold your stick like that. Okay, send her off to the right, mate. Point up high. Excellent. Now put your arms down now. Go back to that neutral position. And keep your belly button facing her head, Amy. Shorten your lead rope up just a little bit. That's it. Now, when you go to yield to hindquarters, what are you going to do? You're going to exaggerate and really lean forward.
Lean into her.
Look at her butt, though. Her butt.
Okay,
so
look at her butt. Okay.
Forequarters.
I looked at her forequarters.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're going to drive the hindquarters away. Now, bring her up to your personal space. Bring her up inside your hula hoop. Comb the rope. That's it. Love her a little bit. Rub her there. Good girl. That's it. Now back her up without your feet moving. You back her up now. Back her up. Wiggle. Now feed it through your hand. Remember, feed it through your hand. There you go. Now that's it. Now send her off the other way.
Okay.
Get your stick together. Don't move your feet now. Point up high to the left. Ah, good one. Excellent. Now see how much respect she's got for you? Yes. And speed her up. Point up high in the air. Cluck. Point. Keep your arm pointed. Cluck. Spank. See if she'll canter for you. Point. Keep pointing until she canters. Point. There you go. Just make her move those feet out. Point again. Point. Stretch your arm out with your lead rope. There you go. Good girl. Excellent. See how she's not pulling on you on that lead rope? That's really good. Now, when you go to yield her, what part of her body are you going to look at? Her tail, not her head. Start looking at the end of her tail. You ready?
Yeah.
There, good girl.
Okay.
Bring her into you. Good girl. That's it. Excellent. She did really good that time, and you did a lot better too, didn't you?
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, so back her up now. Back her up. We'll send her the other way, point up high. Ask her to canter, point. There you go. Righto, now look at her butt and yield. Look at that. Look at that, that was very good. She would have came all the way into you, but she stepped on the rope. You see how she stepped on the rope there? But did you notice that? Look what she did. She lowered her head down, didn't she? You see when she stepped on that rope, she didn't overreact. A lot of horses, when they step on a rope, what do? They throw their head up, don't they? They panic. Now, notice the difference that time?
Yes.
When you looked at her butt, she gave you 2 eyes and ran into you.
And I'm
didn't she?
keeping my belly button at her head now.
Exactly.
So.
Don't worry, it's just new. We're going to go over all the exercises with you, but for right now, that's all we're going to do right now, and then we're going to do a little, and then we're going to get you into the saddle and show you a few exercises on the saddle. You did great, mate.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about giving her missed signals. That's the great thing about horses is they put up with their ignorance sometimes, don't they? They let us make mistakes and learn from them. So don't be worried about that. Now, of course, you try to make as little mistakes as you can, but the more you study, the more you come to clinics. You know, I'd love for you to bring her back to one of the clinics here at the ranch and keep expanding on your horsemanship, and she'll just keep getting better. Now, notice after we moved her feet around, what's she done with her head?
Just lowering her head.
Lowering her head down. See, she was a little frisky when she came out here, but now moving her feet around, she's like, oh, I'm using the thinking side. Good job, mate. It just gets better the more you practice.
Thank you.
Good job.
Anything worth having is worth working for, that's for sure. Not gonna make it here if you got any quit in you.
This is where I needed to be the best that I could be. And that's just what we do here.
Dedication, ambition, passion. To some, these are more than ideals. They are a lifestyle, a code, a path to something greater. If you think you're one of the select few who can rise to the challenge, who can dedicate themselves to mastering the method through 70 weeks of in-depth, hands-on training, let the Clinton Anderson Academy catapult your skills and provide you with the ultimate experience. If you have what it takes, become a Clinton Anderson certified clinician and change your life.
Clinton's philosophy that you can take any horse and basically apply his program and it work. I wholeheartedly believe in that. He's extremely patient and very informative and just takes his time to make sure that you get it. I really have a feeling now of knowing what it should feel like when you are doing it correctly and when the horse responds correctly and you put those two together, it's just amazing.
Okay, Amy, it's time for us to do a few things under saddle. First thing I want you to do is keep one hand in the middle and just get good at flexing her. So slide your left hand down, pull it up to your hip. As soon as she touches your boot, drop it. Now put your left hand exactly where your right one was, slide your right hand down and pull it up to your hip. As soon as her nose touches any part of your leg, I want you to release it. Now change hands. I want you to get really good at these one rein flexes. Now see how you're kind of grabbing the rein aggressively? You're probably used to having to pull a lot of your horses around. She's a lot lighter. You don't have to pull or yank on her, so just pick up very softly. Now I'm not saying you can't jerk on her if she gets heavy, but unless she's heavy, pick up with fingertips. Now slide your left hand down, pick up with your fingertips. There, see the difference? And this is your emergency handbrake stop, isn't it? If her or any other horse, keep flexing as I talk to you, her or any other horse, Amy, if they would go to buck or rear or bolt or do anything silly, what would you do?
One rein stop.
Why is a one rein stop so important to staying safe?
Because you're taking the drive, the hindquarters away, and you're going to be able to slow them down. And
you're causing the hindquarters to disengage.
Yes.
Anytime the hind feet cross over, you've taken the power away, haven't you? Okay, so even though she's well trained, she's still a horse. You might be out in a trail and a deer might jump out in front of you and she might get scared. Just to be safe and sorry, bend her around. So do that, just do it a few more times. Just pick up with your fingertips. You pick up like, okay? Pick up soft, that's a girl. That's the hardest thing that people have got to get used to on these signature horses is learning how to pick up without picking up aggressively. Okay, mate, we're gonna practice these at the walk now.
Okay.
Our one rein emergency stop. This is the first thing I teach anybody on a horse, is a go button and a brake. How to go, how to stop. So when you want Cider to move forward, you're just gonna gently squeeze at both legs. If she doesn't go, then you're gonna cluck, just wait. Then you're gonna cluck, and then if she still doesn't go, you're going to pick up the end of it and spank, but you're not gonna have to, okay? So hold one hand in the middle. You're not gonna steer her, you're gonna let her go wherever she wants. And you're just gonna let her walk about 10 steps and slide your hand down to a one rein stop. So gently squeeze at both legs. There, take your legs off. Now slide your right hand down, pull it up to your hip. Just gently, gently, gently. Slide your hand down a little further. Pull it up to your hip, bend the head more. Wait, there, release it. Now flex to the other way. Now see how she kind of jerked then because you picked up aggressively. Just relax. I need to give you a few stiff drinks. You're way too nervous. When I get people on the TV show that are nervous, I stop the camera and we both get drunk and then we start the camera again. Okay, I've never seen a nervous drunk, so just loosen up a little bit. We're gonna go drinking right after this, okay? So just gently squeeze. Just squeeze, just relax. Think Valium. Put your hand in the mane, your rein hand, there. Now gently slide your left hand down. Gently is the key word. Pull it up to your hip, much better, good girl. See how I wasn't real jerky that time? Now make sure you do a flex in each direction. Before you walk off, slide your right hand down, softly. Slide your hand down further, you're too long. Now don't squeeze when you flex it, because if you do, she'll think that means yield the hindquarters, okay? So keep your legs off her. You're kind of vertically challenged, you're not real tall, okay? So short-legged people have got to make sure that they don't accidentally squeeze when they flex the horse. Okay, now just squeeze, gently squeeze her, ask her to walk off. Put your hand in the middle of the reins. Good girl. Now you're relaxing, you're doing good. Just relax, everything's good. The worst thing that can happen is you could fall off and die, but beyond that, everything's good, okay?
I've already done that, so.
Okay. Now, slide your hand down softly. Good girl. Excellent. See how pretty that was?
Yes.
Nice and relaxed. Now you're thinking about Valium and alcohol. So now you're doing good. Okay, you're just relaxing. You're on crack when you first got on. Now you're relaxing. You're doing excellent. Great job. Now just point her off that way and walk off to the right. Slide your right hand down, squeeze gently. There you go. Just walk her off. Big loose rein. Put your hand down in the mane. There you go. Just let her walk off a little bit. I just want you to make sure you can make it go and stop. Slide your right hand down, softly pick up. Pull to your hip, hold it, wait till she touches your nose, shorten it up. Hold it, wait till she touches. Wait till she touches your boot. Bump on her a little bit, just kind of jerk on her a little bit there. There, she touched? There, release it. Now slide your left hand down. There.
She is so light. Oh my gosh.
She is light, isn't she?
Yes.
What do you notice different about her?
She is
Walk her off. Walk her off as you talk to me. Squeeze.
She is extremely light, very supple through the body parts. I mean, wow. It's amazing. I mean, you don't have to over-exaggerate any of her cues. I mean, it's just really.
She's like riding a BMW with some power steering. You know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Slide your hand down. Slide your left hand down at rein more. That's a girl. Okay, now slide your right hand down. Excellent. Now you're not jerking on her and being kind of aggressive. Shorten it up. See, you're not sliding your right hand down enough. Pull it up to your hip. There. It doesn't have to be a boot. It could be the stirrup, anything. Squeeze. Ask her to walk off. Just gently squeeze. Hold your hand in the middle now. That's a girl. I just want you to get real comfortable about getting her to go and getting her to stop. Slide your right hand down, pull it all the way up to your hip now. Hip, hold it, hold it. Slide your left hand down, always do 2 flexes. Now, how would you like to try the jog? Just a little jog.
That's
now,
fine.
here's what I want you to do. I don't want you, just wait a second. I don't want you to go very far, just a couple of steps.
Okay.
And then when you flex her, you're going to do it gently, aren't you?
Yes.
You're not going to pull all her teeth out.
Ever wished Clinton Anderson would just come by and help you with your horse? Or that he would put on a clinic in your own arena? Well, now you can get the next best thing. Meet the Clinton Anderson Certified Clinicians. Trained by Clinton himself, these great horsemen have met all the requirements of the Clinton Anderson Academy. 16 months of intensive training at the Downunder Horsemanship Ranch. Theoretical and practical testing on Clinton's method. Hands-on experience with problem horses. Now, there is a Clinton Anderson method expert willing and able to come to where you live and ride to teach a private lesson or put on a public clinic. Learn at your own pace. Get personalized instruction, all without having to travel far from home. So if you can't find the time or the money to come to a Clinton Anderson clinic at his ranch, now you have an option. Get accelerated results. Let a Clinton Anderson certified clinician bring the method to you. Visit certifiedclinician.com for more.
Okay, so just gently squeeze, cluck, just a little jog. There, bend her around. Key word is bend, okay? Don't let them go very far when you're first trying out a new horse because...
I'm sorry, it was fun.
I know, I'm gonna have to control you,
Yes,
okay? I'm gonna have to hobble you and tie you up for a few
Okay.
hours, okay? Now listen. The reason I don't let you go very far is it's new horse, new rider.
Yes.
Even though I didn't think she was going to do anything, I want to make sure that nothing bad happens. So
Okay.
a lot of people let them go too far and get into a wreck and the horse starts bucking.
So
and
3,
bolt.
4 steps?
Just 3 or 4 steps.
Okay.
Do it again. Squeeze gently.
Okay.
Squeeze. There you go. Now just, that's it. That would be more than 3 or 4 steps.
Okay.
And see, when you stop,
Yes.
you kind of jerked on her again, didn't you?
Yes,
We
yes,
need to
I
get
did.
you back drinking again. Okay, so just relax. Don't pull the teeth out.
Okay.
You all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Okay.
Just want to make sure my reins are right and I'm okay.
Well, you don't need to worry about steering her. All you
That's
need to
right,
do,
okay.
All you need to do is just let her go wherever she wants.
Okay.
So just gently squeeze.
Okay.
Squeeze gently. There you go. There. Do a 1 rein stop. Good girl. That's it. Pull it. Pull it around more. See how long you are? There.
Yes.
Release it. Now flex it the other way.
Okay.
Do 1 each way. Okay. Trot her towards me. Squeeze. Pull it there.
Okay.
Okay, squeeze, jog her off just gently. There you go. That's all right, just don't let her go very far.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Slide your other hand down. That's it. Excellent. Righto, mate, trot her off again. Just gently relax, just trot her off. Kind of let her go wherever she wants. Don't be worrying about steering her.
Okay.
Squeeze. That's it. Let her go a few more steps this time, not many. Squeeze gently. You're all right. Cluck to her. There you go. You see what's just happened now? She realizes that we're not riding her and she realizes you don't have spurs. So right then there's just a little change just happened just then. Now she's gonna get real quiet now because she's gonna realize that you're not gonna make a move as quick as we ask her to move. That's it. Keep going. Trot her off there. Go. Trot her. That's the girl. Good girl. That's great.
Okay.
Good girl. Okay, trot her back over this way, mate.
Okay.
Trot her off. There you go. Just get a little feel for her. There you go. Excellent. Trot her again. Now you know she's not going to take off. You can let her go a little further. Trot her off.
Okay.
There you go. Now relax your legs. That's the girl.
Whoa.
Excellent.
Thank you.
See, you're going to find she's going to dummy up to your level. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You want your horses to get a little slower and a little bit more relaxed. Steer over here a little bit. When a horse knows that their rider maybe doesn't have as much confidence as they need, or they're a little bit, come on, keep it going. Okay, put your hands forward so you're not pulling on them.
Okay.
Is that you want that horse to slow up to your level. Does that make sense? Not get faster or take advantage of the fact that you're a little bit green with her. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's what I call dummying up. A good horse dummies up. Like, I can put a kid on Mindy. I can get off Mindy and be doing spins and stops and slides, and then within 10 seconds put a 6-year-old girl on her, and Mindy will just plong on down she'll just go down the trail like she's been packing kids around her whole life. And she'll act like she doesn't know how to do anything. Well, when I say that, as far as she'll just walk and trot and just very gentle, okay?
Yes.
But if I get back on her, she'll jump up to where I needed to be.
Well, I could definitely
She's gonna
tell.
do that. She's gonna do that for you. You did great, mate. For your first little lesson, you did perfect. Everybody starts where you are, okay? I'm gonna help you off camera now, and I'm gonna eventually show you all of the program, okay? But this is just a place to get started.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think she's awesome. I think you're awesome too.
Well, thank you
Thank you
very
so much, Clinton.
I'm very proud of you, mate. Very
Thank
proud of
you.
you. Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed our Cider series. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been a real experience to see how a lot of people who have been watching the RFD TV shows have seen how Cider's grown from a horse that nobody wanted to now a horse that over 100,000 people signed up to win. And all it took is the Downunder Horsemanship method. It took about an hour a day, 5-6 days a week, and following the Downunder Horsemanship method. And when you follow the method, you will get the results, okay? Well, listen, mate, we're gonna play around a little bit more off camera and keep helping you with your horse.
Clinton Anderson, world-renowned horseman, has designed one of today's most unique handcrafted saddles. Combining time-worn traditions with the latest innovations in saddle making, Clinton and Martin Saddlery have created the ultimate Aussie saddle, hand-tooled, double-stitched out of premium leather. It's tree handcrafted from Dakota pine. The perfectly engineered fiberglass seat guarantees a natural fit. Eliminates pressure points. This is a saddle built with real life in mind. It gives a rider unique balance, security, comfort, a strong seat, and a perfect fit. Maximizing performance for you and your horse through coordinated movement, a secure and balanced seat, free range of motion, just as nature intended. Clinton Anderson combines the perfect combination of Aussie and American saddle making. Clinton Anderson Aussie Saddle, made exclusively for Downunder Horsemanship. Call or click to order today, or shop our store at a Clinton Anderson Tour event near you.
I definitely am not the best rider in the world, don't ever claim to be, but I know that when I do get on my horses, that I'm gonna be able to get on there and do the one rein stop, and if I need to have an emergency handbrake, I've got one. It was just amazing working with her today. The cues were just so subtle. I mean, you barely have fingertips, and that horse was flexing and doing the one rein stop. I mean, Clinton Anderson is just an amazing person. I'm sorry, but he just is.
Amy, not only did you win Cider, but you got all the prizes. Well, first of all, I want to give you something kind of special here. This is the very first stick in production of our No Worries Club exclusive stick. This is no other one in the world, and you've got the only one. It says No Worries Club member here on the handle. It's yellow. People can't even get these till March of 2010, so you get the very first one in history, okay? Plus, you get your brand new saddle. This is made by Martin Saddlery, a brand new saddle worth $1,700. You get your PRS pad as well. You get your halter and lead ropes, your long line, the legacy boots. The legacy boots are very, very important to keep on Cider when you're training her. You get the legacy boots, the hackamore, the bridle, breast collar. Keep going, it gets more yet. You get another stick, you get another purple stick as well. The new performance cinch, the ultimate performance cinch, you get one of them. You get the sidelines, the hobbles. Remember our hobbling show with Cider? She knows how to stand quietly with all hobbles on. You get the Australian stock whip to practice with. You get all of the DVDs worth over $2,500, all of the DVDs. The Cashel fly mask, the fly sheet, the Aussie tie ring, the Easy Oil Piranha, the Spookless CDs, the hobble cuffs.
Wow.
All together with Cider and all of this came to $30,000. You are one lucky lady.
Unbelievable.
Very good, very good.
Thank you so much.
Well, listen, mate, I hope you enjoy all of it. That's
Oh,
for sure.
yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
a part of Downunder Horsemanship.
Thank you.
Fundamentals has shown you the basics. Now it's time to put those principles into practice. Get out of the arena and get on the trail. This all-new supplement will show you how to apply the method on the trail. You get 10 instruction-packed DVDs and 2 hardcover books. That's over $800 worth of training for only $3.99. Get up, get out, and get on the trail.
To have this opportunity to be able to come to Stephenville and work with Clinton Anderson one-on-one and work with such an incredible horse one-on-one, I'm still pinching myself. I've done really good all day, not breaking down, but just to get the horse and all that amazing tack, I just can't thank the Downunder Horsemanship Program and Clinton Anderson enough and Habitat for Horses. This is an amazing opportunity and I really appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Okay, Amy, it's time to take her home, mate. Let's load her up. Good girl. Now, it's very important, Amy, that you always use the Aussie tie ring when you tie her up, okay? Whether it's in the wash rack, in the trailer, always use the Aussie tie ring. Good girl. That's the girl. We'll leave that one open for her to give her a little bit more room. Shut this up. Well, Amy, she's going on the trailer really well. She's behaving quite a bit better than what she did last time she was on the trailer, that's for sure. It was a pleasure to meet you, mate. I wish you all the best with your new horse and continued success, and I want to hear from you, and I'm sure all of our club members and everybody on RFT TV wants to hear from you as well.
Thank you, Clinton.
Okay, mate. Take care. All the best. Travel safe with your new horse.
Thank you.
See you, mate. See you later, mate. Well, that's the end of our 13-week series with Cider. I hope you've enjoyed it, mate. She's been a great mare, an honor and privilege to train, and we really wish Amy all the best with her new horse, mate. Remember, keep up the good work, and remember, when you apply the Downunder Horsemanship method to any horse, you can make a tremendous difference. See you next week, mate.